What a long drive, and man oh man am I glad it happened. Hello everybody and welcome. I'm your host Captain Awesomeness, and after spending an entire weekend down in Cincinnati, Ohio, I have got to say that it was the most fun and thrilling experience I've had in a while, especially with what I intended to go down there and do. So as some of you remember from my last video, I said that I was going to be joining Racing for Vets, a group that's entirely tailored to help out veterans who have a hard time transitioning from the military to civilian life and giving them something stable, and in this situation in the form of go-kart racing. So with that in mind, obviously, as I found out about them and I talked to the group captain, Reiner, he asked me if I would race for the group and represent the group wherever I go, and I was happy to do it. With that in mind, I went down to Roberts Center, which is just north of Cincinnati, about an hour out of it, in Wilmington, Ohio, and I attended an event hosted by the Ohio Valley Karting Association, otherwise also known as the OVKA. In this swap meet, it was basically like a flea market for everything go-karts. In any case, it was still a great experience. I had a great time down there, and here is the footage for you to check out, and I'll talk to you guys right after I'm done with that. And as I promised, I'm here in Cincinnati, Ohio, actually Wilmington, Ohio, attending the OVKA, Ohio Valley Karting Association swap meet. And long story short, basically, this is kind of like a, I don't want to call it a flea market, but basically every single team that is out here to sell stuff is going to use the funds that they will gather to prep for the upcoming 2022 racing season that starts in April 2022. And I am here basically to help support the group that I'm a part of, Racing for Vets, as I've mentioned them before. And the idea is that we sell a little bit of our own merchandise, which mostly consists of t-shirts and hoodies and small little items like that to help fund our particular session this season. So that in mind, I'm going to walk around and show you some of the stuff that is available for purchase. So let's walk together and kind of check out the place. This one a lot, the helmet that I'm walking through. It's a carbon fiber piece made by Zamp. Now Zamp is a great company with helmets that run in the mid 500s and up, and I gotta tell you that it's good stuff. Well, how do I know that? Because I actually got one for myself so that I'm ready and prepped for the 2022 season. With that in mind, the one that I have is going to get repainted, and I'm working with our group captain, Reiner, who heads the Racing for Vets group, and we'll see how things go with that finalized product. I can't wait to actually show it to you guys as well, because I think it's going to come out looking real hot. So anyway, let's get back to checking out more stuff. And another thing I should mention to you is these carts. Look at these chassis, man. Wow. Some of them are, of course, brand new condition like this one here, and then some are in used conditions like this one here. And I'm sure if I really wanted to get one right now, I could probably get a good deal. There's all kinds of stuff here. I mean, we're talking, look at this tire stuff, the wheels, and you know, engines that are rebuilt, are ready to go, different kinds of engines. Now, one thing that I will mention about this place is that most of what they have here are for go-karts that do dirt tracks instead of actual road courses. So there is that aspect to it as well. So I, of course, am going to go more for this kind of stuff than I am for the dirt stuff. If I find any, I'll show you, but this is what we've got going on right now. As a matter of fact, I'm going to walk you guys over to something real quick. So yeah, racing suit. I kind of need one as well. So I have no idea what I will be going for, but I'm either going to get one tailor-made for myself or I'll buy one of these. Still haven't figured out what I want to do, but I'm walking around just checking out what they've got. Yeah, all kinds of stuff, even tools, you know, seats for go-karts if anybody needs any. I kind of already walked through here, but let's see. Let's see what I find for myself. I'm kind of walking through the lunch area right now. Oh my God. Oh my God. I got to show you guys this gentleman, Dustin Quinlan. I surfed with this guy a long time ago. Holy shit, brother. How are you doing?
Good. How are you doing?
Good. So the bearded gentleman there, I had to kind of cut off our conversation. Dustin Quinlan, I served with him in the military. And wow, of course, he used to be clean shaven. And with the beard on, it took me a second to recognize him. And he recognized me since I never, ever grew a beard after serving in the Army. So it was easy for him to catch me. But wow, small world, I got to tell you. And the fact that I ran into him in this place, really, that was awesome. Now, something I want to show you guys real quick. That's a radiator for the higher series carts. Some go-karts do use radiators on the side to keep their engines cool, but that's not always the case. It's mostly all air-cooled stuff. Anyway, so as I'm walking through, I'll show you the booth that I'm at right now. This mostly what's called a POL, so petroleum, oils, and lubricants. That kind of stuff is also for sale. There's a bunch of other stuff there, stuff that might be brand new, as well as just more of the same everywhere else. So it's just a matter of what you want. And for me, I just want shirts, I want racing shoes, and that's about it. I don't want anything else. Well, the racing suit as well. But the thing is that I haven't seen anybody who's got something of my size. I'm not going to buy a full cart right now just because of the fact that I think I need to spend some time on a real racing cart. So that's where that Racing for Vets stuff comes in. I get to experience real racing on a real go-kart instead of that rental stuff that I have been on my entire racing life. So that's at least on the go-kart side. I used to do a lot of car racing, but different story. Anyway, with that out of the way, I am going to talk about that experience stuff, right? So it is going to start in April. I don't remember what date in April the first race is. I think it's April 5th, but I might be wrong. But the essential point to that is the fact that I need to prep for it, right? So this is where that sim racing stuff comes in. So right now I'm on KartCraft. There's another game that I found out about, which I'll talk about in another video once I actually download the game and try it out. But this is the time. Like, I have less than 2 months left. This is the 5th of February now. So April 5th is when it starts, but I really have less than 2 months left to get all of my stuff together to kind of iron out and understand what it's like to race on a real go-kart with the kinds of flexibilities they have and the rigidity they have as well. Just depends on what you're trying to do and learning how to tune them and all that. So it's going to be pretty exciting. So far, though, I do like what I see here in that it is a small community. Now, this amount of people that you see right now is a lot less than what it was just 4 hours ago when I first came in. So I was actually busy myself selling merchandise for Racing for Vets. So that's why I didn't get a chance to walk around and have a look like I am right now. So there's that part. Now, let's see. I want to show you guys something real quick. Yep, this cart, for example. Now, that's a dirt cart, and they actually go in an oval track. That's all they ever do. All they do is take left turns. So kind of like NASCAR. Not very exciting for me, but some people do find it exciting. And with that in mind, yeah, I'd never see myself actually getting on any one of those. There's a bunch of them here, like full chassis of dirt carts available for sale, but I really don't have very much interest in all of that. By the way, let me show you guys this real quick. Ugh. This is the Zamp helmet that I got at a bargain from another person who actually belongs to the Racing for Vets group, and it is going to get repainted, and I think you guys will like it when it's all done and when it comes out. And I am now at our Racing for Vets booth, if you want to call it. My wife is over there, gentleman who's also representing the groups there, and this is the stuff that we're selling. Hoodies here, we're selling at 35 bucks a pop. The shirts at $20 a piece. So if any one of you is interested in buying this, let me know. I'll get a handle of this and I'll send it over to you guys. So that is all I have, and I will maybe then follow on with a small trip to a mall that we're gonna hit up, but kind of wanted to at least spend most of this video for you guys to see what it's like being at this swap meet. I also should mention I was in a class actually for the KA100 series engine, and that was pretty cool. They were talking about how to tune the engine and what kind of RPMs you want to look at, what the EGTs or exhaust gas temperatures you should have, how to maintain the carb on it. So a lot of good knowledge that's being offered quite literally for free from those who've been in this world for a long time. So I really enjoyed that class quite a bit. Yes, it was long and kind of boring in the sense because it was dry, but man, oh man, talk about that knowledge base. So I'm pretty excited about getting into this here. Lastly, I'll also say this. This kind of community here is very different than what I've seen in Europe, in that it's a bit, I don't know how to explain it. If I were to find the right word, it would be this, that it's a lot more grassroots here than what I've seen elsewhere. The level of competitiveness is there, but at the same time, people for the most part act like grown-ups. Now on race day, there are certain things that people do that I don't like, but that's a different topic altogether. But here at least, everybody's pretty nice, courteous, and you know, they do come to this particular booth of ours to ask us what this is all about, and I have so far sold quite a few shirts and hoodies, and pretty proud of that. It's good to see that these guys over here do care about us and do want to help contribute. So really appreciative of any one of you watching here who was here and bought some stuff. And any one of you who's watching this and would like to support us, please do so. I would highly appreciate it. I will find the link to this, or I'll make up a link of my own to start offering this stuff for sale, and all of these proceeds will go directly to Racing for Vets. I will not hold any of that money, none of that. All right, so I'm gonna cut it out now, and then I will see you guys once I'm done with my responsibilities here. So, like I said, it was a great time. The best part about it was that I got to meet fellow veterans who had the same interests as me. And to be quite honest with you, I did not expect it to turn out the way it did, in that there was a huge amount of people there. Now, unfortunately, by the time I started recording, there were not that many people there, and that's just because I spent most of the time while I was out there representing the group, trying to sell as many shirts and hoodies and anything else that we had, putting it up for sale and trying to get more funds gathered up for this racing season. So that also turned out to be quite a fruitful event for us. A lot of people came to support this group, and that was awesome. Not to mention, there were so many people who walked by who said they'd heard of the group and they really liked what we were doing for our veterans. So with that out of the way, the other real good part was meeting another veteran who I had no idea I would see after so many years since our service. So although I don't know if I said it in the video, I might have, that it took me a second to recognize him because of that big ass beard that he had, but other than that, I mean, same old dude, same, you know, good spirit in meeting up with him. I just gave him a huge hug when I saw him. It's always great to see people that you serve with, the people that you know, got to establish a good bond with. That sense of camaraderie never goes away, even after you've taken the uniform off. So that was an awesome part of it all. By the way, when we were down there, we also spent some time going around to different places. We checked out downtown Cincinnati, though I will say that it wasn't exactly the best time of the year to do so, just because of the fact that we had been hit really hard with snow all across Ohio. So with that in mind, of course, downtown Cincy was kind of pretty much dead. We went to a couple of establishments, had some dinner, and then the next day on Sunday we went over to the zoo, and then we checked out IKEA furniture because, of course, wifey's gonna go with me. She's got to check it out. But all in all, great time I had. I cannot wait to start the racing season with Racing for Vets, starting, I believe, on the 9th of April. I might just offer an update later on with what the correct date is. But anyway, guys, I will also be starting to offer up Racing for Vets shirts and hoodies. If you are interested in supporting us, do let me know. I will start actually advertising for them in all of my videos from here on out. So that'd be great if we can get some support from you. I will set up a way for you to make the purchase happen and all that stuff. That's coming up in a later video. So anyway, guys, that is all I have. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you at the next Apex. Bye-bye.